Namaste. Hello everyone. Welcome to this yoga practice with me, Nora. This is particularly suitable for second trimester of pregnancy. It's part 1. I had actually uploaded this before, but then I realized I made some technical issues. The video wasn't properly edited, so I am redoing it and uploading it again. So there is also a part 2 to this practice. It's basically another sequence that you can do. Again, great for second trimester of pregnancy. And so yeah, we'll begin. If there's anything that you feel that you don't have so much energy to do, or anything that you prefer to skip, then feel free to do that and modify accordingly. We're going to start in this nice and comfortable seated position. Seated upright, lengthen up through your spine. Roll your shoulders down and back. Keep your chin nice and parallel to the ground. You can close your eyes or just keep a soft gaze forwards. So draw your attention to your breathing. Allow your breath to be natural, to just flow easy. Just noticing the rhythm of your breath. And we'll just take a nice full breath in through your nose and out through the mouth. So take a full breath from the belly all the way towards the top of the chest, and then slow, long exhale through your mouth. Placing one hand onto your belly, the other one onto your chest. Take one more breath like that. Inhale fully from the belly and continue all the way up towards the chest. Exhale slowly. Let's take this time to connect to our babies, to connect to your baby. And let's do one more breath like that. Inhale. Slow, long exhale. Wonderful. You can allow your eyes to gently open. And we're going to begin the practice with some gentle torso circles. So you're just keeping your hands onto your knees. We'll take the chest forwards all the way around, gently rounding through the upper back, and then all the way back again forwards, gently arching the spine. So just like you're stirring the pot kind of movement. Really good way to mobilize the spine, to stimulate digestion. Just about 4 to 5 circles in each direction. Switching sides, other direction. Last one. And then coming back to center, let's make our way onto our hands and knees. Coming into a tabletop position, align your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Spread the fingers of your hands wide, and we'll move through cat-cow back. So with inhale, let the belly drop, take your shoulders back. Looking forwards, exhale, round, draw the belly in. Push the floor away with your hands and knees. Tuck your chin in. Again, keep moving. Inhale. Exhale to round. Really rounding through the upper back as well, tucking the tailbone under. Keep going with your breath. One more round. Next time you inhale, returning to a neutral spine. Walk your hands out in front of you a little bit further forwards. Again, keep your fingers spread wide, tuck your toes under. Inhale to push back. Exhale, lift the hips up and back into your first downward facing dog.
Just let's walk it out on the spot here, bending one knee as you push the opposite heel down. Relax, keep the head relaxed. Keep the breath even, continuous through your nose. Finding stillness for another breath. Keep your knees bent if you need to, just focusing on lengthening through your spine. Then push, and then bring your knees down to the ground. Coming back onto all fours. From here, we're going to step the right foot forwards, taking both of your hands to the inside of that right foot. You can slide the back knee a little bit further back down. We'll start to move, so lizard pose. Before we go into the deeper variation, we'll just add some movement. Think about drawing circles with your hips. So going back and around, forwards, gentle circles, moving again with that connection, keeping that connection with your breathing as well as you move. That was my knee cracking. And then going the opposite direction. Good. And then from here, you can just stay where you are with your hands on the ground, or even maybe onto blocks if you have some tightness in the hips. Or if you can take it further down, maybe you can drop down onto your forearms, bringing one forearm down, then the other. See how it is. Just pausing here for a few more breaths wherever you are. Right, as usual, I've got the low battery notification on my device. Good, so continue to breathe, couple more breaths wherever you are. And then slowly coming up, if you're all the way down onto your forearms, coming back onto your hands. We're going to push the hips back and start to straighten that front right leg. So because by this time we probably have a bit of a belly in the way, perhaps the half splits pose is not very convenient, so you can keep the belly to the inside of that right leg and just still should get that nice stretch into the hamstrings, into the back of your right leg. So flexing the foot. If it's too much, keep a soft bend in your knee. Keep your shoulders back, chest forwards. Good, and then we'll bring the foot back a little bit and then walk it towards the left side of your mat. Bring your shin down. We're transitioning into pigeon pose. Good, so try to keep your hips leveled, not to just roll over to one side onto your right hip. Open the chest, stay up here for a little bit more, continuing to breathe. And maybe just want to stay here. Maybe you want to take it a little bit further down, a little bit deeper, coming again down onto your forearms. Depending on how you feel right now, depending also on how much space you have. 3 long breaths here. As always, use your exhalation to relax more into the pose, just finding some ease, release any unnecessary tension. Good, let's come back up when you're ready. Bring that back leg a little bit closer in, just a little bit, and we're just going to actually shift over to the right side. So we're just sitting onto your right hip. With your left hand, take that left leg and just swing it around and in front of you. So bring the foot down in front. We're going to come forwards, hands down in front, and start to come up, lifting that right leg back into standing half splits. Yeah, just a couple of breaths here. If you can't, go deep, that's fine. Just keep your chest lifted. Breathe. And then bring that right foot down to meet the left. Keeping your feet parallel, hip distance apart. We'll inhale to chair pose. Take a breath here, tuck your tailbone under, and then come up in mountain pose. Okay, we'll do a little bit of flow from chair back to Tadasana. So inhale, chair, exhale, back to mountain. Good, keep going. Inhale, chair, exhale, mountain. Sitting back. Nice, 5 more. Good, 3 more. 2 and 1. Sit back and rising up. Good, mountain pose. Very good. Roll the shoulders down and back. Circle around the ankles, around the wrists, just warming up joints. From here, we're going to make our way back down. But before we do that, we'll just do a gentle back bend. You can bring your hands onto your lower back for support with your fingers pointing down, as if you have your hands into imaginary pockets. And then inhale, start to lift your chest. Take your shoulders back. Exhale, gently lean back, but keep that lift through your sternum, through your chest, rather than compressing your lower back. Just a gentle back bend. Good, come back to center. Nice, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Keep your feet hip width or wider apart. Inhale, halfway lift, slide your hands up the shins. Exhale to fold, hands down, step back into downward facing dog. So hands shoulder width apart, feet about hip width apart. One last breath here. Good, bring your knees down back to the ground, and we'll repeat the same sequence on the other side. So this time, let's step the left foot forwards, both hands to the inside of your left foot. You can slide the back right knee a little bit further back, and let's add that circular motion with your hips. Moving slowly, moving with the breath as well here. Again, a few rotations in each direction, clockwise and then anti-clockwise. Nice, and let's come back to stillness. See how you feel here. Maybe you just want to stay here. Maybe you can try and put one forearm down and then the other. You can also use blocks or books, whatever you have. Place your forearms onto there if you're not quite all the way down to the ground. Noticing how this side feels compared to the other. One more long, even breath wherever you are. Okay, let's come slowly back up if you're all the way down. And we'll start to shift the hips back as you straighten that front left leg. Again, keep both hands to the inside of the left leg, unless you feel comfortable to do, the half splits with both hands either side of the leg with the leg nice and straight. That's fine as well, but if you find the belly is getting in the way, just keep them to the inside, breathing towards the back of that left leg. Keeping a soft bend in the knee if you need to. Last breath here. Nice, slowly bend the knee, walk the foot a little closer in, and then start to walk it towards the outer right edge of your mat. Bring your knee down, bring the shin down. Coming into pigeon pose. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Big breath here. You can stay here if that's enough for you, or you can take it down, bring your forearms to the ground. Again, just observing how this side feels compared to the other. Try to use the breathing as a way to relax and ease into the pose. Another 3 long and even breaths here. Very good. Slowly, let's make our way back up if you were down. So shifting over to your left side, sitting onto your left hip. Swing that right leg in front of you. You can use the help of your right hand. Then let's shift forwards, hands down. Start to transfer the weight onto your right leg as you lift the left leg up and back into your half splits. Again, you can keep it halfway up with your chest. You don't have to go deep, especially now because you have a belly in the way. Breathing through your nose. Bring your foot down. Again, feet parallel, hip width apart. We'll come back to chair with the inhale. Sit back into your chair. Lift the arms forward and up. And then coming back up, mountain pose. Good. So we'll do this same flow with the chair. This time adding a little bit more with the arms. So with the inhale, we're going to reach the arms up, extended mountain pose, lifting up onto the balls of the feet, and then down back to chair. Good. Inhale, rise up, lift up. Exhale, chair, Utkatasana. Keep going with your breath. Five more. Three more. Last one. Right, very good. When you're done, just again roll your shoulders down and back. Maybe do some gentle circles with your head. Back to mountain pose. So feeling nice and grounded, nice and stable. Feet parallel to each other, hip width apart. Spread your toes nice and wide. From here, let's place left hand onto the left hip. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, leaning over to your left. Side body stretch, big breath into the side body. Coming back to center, right hand to right hip. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, over to your right. And then back to center. Good, release the arms. Nice. Okay, so from here, we're standing nice and tall in mountain pose. So we're going to work a little bit on our balancing and do a little bit more of strengthening and flow. So you can bring your hands to your hips. If you need to at any point, use the support of a chair, a table, or any other furniture at home to help you with any of these. From here, we're going to transfer the weight over to your right leg, lifting the left knee up, and then just open the knee out to the side, and then back in, facing forwards. So lifting up to the side, down, and then back forwards. So we're just warming up that hip, externally opening up the hip. Couple more of those. And then we're just warming up for tree pose. So hip opening tree pose, left knee out to the side. You can slide the foot up, the shin, the calf muscle, or further up into the inner right thigh. Otherwise, just keep your big toe touching the ground if you prefer to work from there. And you can bring your hands together at the heart center. So keeping your right leg nice and strong instead of just sinking into that hip. Think about your center, your core, even though it's hard to connect to the core when your belly is starting to grow, but really connect to that inner core, inner center. You can take the arms up, open it out to the sides, branching into that beautiful tree. Just another breath or two, even breaths. Good, release the arms, bring your foot down, very good, shake it out. If you fall out of balance, always just gently come back into it. So from here, we'll do the same side. So just again, bring your weight onto your right leg, hands to hips. And we're gonna lift that left knee up, extend the leg forwards and bend it again. Again, you can use the support of a wall, a chair, anything like that if you need to. Warming up that knee joint. And then hold it up as high as you can for 3, 2, 1. Good, release. Whew. Now a little shake out. And again, same side. We're almost finished here. So from here, we're going to take the weight over to that same right leg. Take your left leg back. Start to bring your torso parallel to the floor. So it's like a warrior 3, but we're going to pulse the back leg. So you can bring your hands together, the heart center into prayer, and we'll just pulse that back left leg. Again, you can use the support of any furniture if you'd like to. Good. Keep going. Breathe. 5 more. 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring your back foot down and ground your heel. We're going to prepare and set up for warrior 1 from here. So bend your front right knee to 90 degrees. Adjust the distance between your feet if you need to, so making sure you feel nice and stable. Facing towards the front of your mat. Keep your back foot turned in about 45 degrees angle. When you're ready, reach your arms up and over. Relaxing shoulders down. 1 more breath here. Feel the weight of your body evenly distributed between both of your feet. Inhale. Exhale. Let's open out to the side into warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. So again, legs stay in the same position. We're just turning the torso to face towards the side of the mat. Arms parallel to the ground, palms facing down. Broadening across your upper back, reaching out through the fingertips of both hands, looking over your right shoulder towards the front. Inhale here, exhale, we're going to reverse. So you can take your left arm behind you, sweep the right arm up and over, keep that front knee bent to 90 degrees still. Okay, inhale back to center, exhale, extended side angle. Right forearm to right thigh as you reach your left arm up and over. Roll that left shoulder out, so keeping the front of the chest nice and open. Good, coming back to center now, we're going to straighten that front right leg. Bring your left foot a little bit closer in, keeping that same angle. I'm going to inhale to reach forwards, reach as you push your hips back in the opposite direction. And then release, right hand to right shin, reaching left arm up, triangle pose, Trikonasana. You can look forwards or up or even just down, just making sure your neck feels comfortable. Nice, inhale to come back, up to center, hands to the hips. We'll turn to face to the front of the mat, lifting the back heel off the ground, bend that front knee, little high lunge position. And then let's step the back foot to meet the right at the top of the mat. Back into mountain. Roll the shoulders down and back. Wonderful, so that's our sequence. We're going to repeat that same sequence on the other side. So are you ready? Let's go. Whew. So again, we're starting in mountain pose. We'll warm up the hip first and then go into balancing tree pose. So lifting the right knee up, open out to the side, back down, and then forwards again. So once you get the hang of it, you can just flow, make it more fluid.
just lubricating that hip joint. And then coming into your tree pose, doing the same variation as you did on the other side. Keep that left leg nice and strong. Finding something soft, finding a soft gaze rather forward, something that you can look at that is not moving in front of you, so it can help you with the balance. Open the arms out to the sides. Relax the shoulder blades down the upper back. One more breath here. Smile. You're doing a wonderful job. Bring your hands together the heart. You can release the foot, shake it out, shake out the legs. Okay, 10% battery. We can do this. Okay, shake it out. All right, so again, coming back to your Tadasana mountain pose, hands to the hips. Transfer once again the weight of your body to the left leg, lifting the right knee up, and then extend and bend a few times, warming up that knee joint. And on the last one, we'll extend, lift, 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 lift as high as you can. Pause, breathe. 3, 2, 1, lift a little higher, and 2, and 1, 0. Release. Okay. Don't get my counting always right. And 2, and 1, and 0. Okay, check it out, and let's go into that in those pulses from Warrior 3. So weight over to the left leg, taking it into Warrior 3, torso parallel to the floor. You can open the arms out to the sides if you want to, whichever variation you want to go for. I personally prefer hands at the heart. And then pulsing. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Step back. Find your Virabhadrasana 2. Warrior 1. Sorry, Virabhadrasana 1. I told you with the numbers sometimes I'm not great. So coming into Warrior 1, bend that front left knee over left ankle, the back right foot turned in slightly. Try to keep your hips as squared as it's possible towards the front of your mat, arms up. Easy gaze forwards, one more breath. Let's feel like real warriors. And let's open out into Warrior 2. And we're just going to turn this way to face you. Again, shoulders over the hips. Left knee tracing forwards, just over your ankle, looking over that left shoulder. Opening and broadening across the chest. And reverse, take it back. Keep the front knee bent. Inhale through center, exhale, extended side angle. Left forearm to left thigh. Reaching the right arm up and over, nice long extended line. From your heel all the way through the fingertips of that right hand. Coming back up, inhale. Straighten the front knee. Bring that back foot a little bit closer in. Keep your hips still facing towards the side of your mat. Reach forwards with the left arm. Take your hips back. And then release it down, hand to shin. Reaching, right arm up. Try to keep your shoulders stacked one over the other. And just finding a gaze that's comfortable for your neck. Last breath here. And inhale, pull yourself back up. Good, hands to hips. And before we go back to mountain pose, we're going to just turn both feet out to either corner of your mat. Moving with our breath from here to back down to goddess position. So inhale, sweep your arms up, palms together. With the exhale, come down into a deep squat, hands on the heart, knees over ankles, pointing out to the sides. You can inhale to rise up.
Exhale, back down. Good, 3 more with your breath. Last one. Coming down into goddess, we'll stay here, adding pulses. Okay. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Hands to top of the thighs, lean forwards. That should release some of that tension here from the legs. And we're going to do some nice upper back twist from here. Really good release for the upper back. So inhale, exhale. We're going to bring the left shoulder towards the right knee. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, right shoulder towards the left knee. Look over your left shoulder. And then back to the center. Press down through your feet to come up. Hands back to hips. We're going to turn to face again the front of your mat. Come into high lunge, back knee, back heel off the floor. Front knee bend. And step it forwards again to the top. Mountain pose. Very good. Feel free to shake it out here. Roll the shoulders down and back. And just with the breath again, flowing with the breath, we're going to make our way back down to the floor. So from the front of your mat, feet about hip width apart or wider. Inhale, sweep your arms up, look up. Exhale, swan dive, folding forwards. Inhale, slide the hands up the shins, press your hands into the shins, find a nice long spine. Exhale to fold. Step the feet back into downward facing dog. So our last downward facing dog for this practice. And bring your knees down. And let's come down to child's pose. So you can bring knees nice and wide as the mat, big toes to touch. Making our way down into Balasana, child's pose. You can bring one hand on top of the other, creating a pillow for your forehead to rest on. A few slow and easy breaths here, so slowing down now completely the rhythm of our practice, the rhythm of the breath, drawing the awareness back inwards. Go very slowly when you're ready, making your way back up to seated position. Let's come back to that comfortable cross-legged position or easy pose, easy seated position, or any other really seated position that you feel comfortable in. Just finding length in your spine. And to close our practice, let's again maybe close your eyes or keep a soft gaze forwards, placing one hand onto your belly and the other one onto your chest. Allow your breath to flow naturally. And with the hand that it's on your belly, just bring some warmth into your belly and to your baby. Some warmth, some love. And you can repeat the phrase, may I be well, may my baby be well. May I be well, may my baby be well.
Allow your hands to rest back down onto your knees or your thighs. Let's take one more full breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Inhale fully. Exhale. Bringing your hands together, gently bowing down, thanking yourself for this practice, for all the effort that you made and for the time that you dedicated. Thank you so much for joining me as well. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and feel free to leave me any comments or anything that you want to, any questions as well. I'll be happy to chat with you. Until next time, bye bye.